Monday, January 14th, we started a week off in our violence reduction initiative at the police department with all of the community agencies. Really disappointed in where we are in terms of numbers, not by the police, but more importantly by those who are on our streets with illegal guns. Again, I continue to say too many illegal guns on the streets of our city, too many black men killing black men, too many folks out in our communities and neighborhoods killing and shooting, and we want to get this violence down. So looking forward to the next police chief coming on board. But we're focused as an agency, the department. I also had an opportunity to meet with Mike Mancuso, who is the FOP president, Fraternal Order Police president, who has a legislative agenda that we're talking about. Also met with the Pimlico Community Development Authority Board, talking about the upcoming meeting where they will be talking about the grants that will be delivered this year in the Park Heights community. As you well know, about $8 million will be distributed this year, and 85% of that money will be directed to the Park Heights corridor. We've got 17 acres of land that's been torn down in Park Heights, and we're looking forward to the RFPs coming in and over 200 houses being rebuilt in Park Heights. I brought greetings at the Jack Kemp Forum on Opportunity Zones. For those of you who don't know, Baltimore happens to be 28% of the state's opportunity zones, including Park Heights, including Druid Heights, East Baltimore, and very, very exciting around the work that we're doing here in Baltimore to invest in these neighborhoods that have been under-invested in for decades. On Tuesday, January the 15th, met with Rashid Aziz. Rashid and I had a conversation probably about almost a year ago around getting his organization, which makes sorbet, by the way, and sells it on the streets, to some of our food markets and in the stadiums during the various seasons. But he also has a manufacturing plant that makes clothing called Made in Baltimore. I asked Aziz if he would consider doing school uniforms, so he's developed a prototype for a school uniform, so we're very excited about that and can be competitive with the marketplace, so that is exciting. And then I attended the opening of Rate of Contingency, an art exhibit by Kyle Hackett right here in the exhibit halls of City Hall. On Wednesday, this is Wednesday, January the 16th, was the inauguration of Governor Lawrence J. Hogan Jr. I attended the inauguration ceremony right at the State House, and then I met with our own Chairman of Appropriations, Delegate Maggie McIntosh from Baltimore. A really good meeting. Maggie, thank you for listening, but more importantly, thank you for the work that you're going to be doing on behalf of the city and the state of Maryland. Thursday, January the 17th, I got interviewed by Headline News in terms of what we're doing as a city as it relates to the furloughs of our government employees. For those of you who don't know, there are about 3,000 government employees right here in Baltimore City. And so I have instructed my water department not to charge them during this period of time, and also not to, not to charge them, but not to collect late fees on their bills. And their bills can be deferred until the furlough is over. They can also call our property tax office, because for those of you who've not paid your property taxes, we are deferring those until after the furlough as well. And then I greeted students from our Independence High School, welcomed them to City Hall. Thank you for being here. Then I met with our Major General Singh. Major General Singh is helping us to recruit young people into the Army National Guard. So thank you for all the work that you're doing, General Singh. And then I stopped by the roundtable discussion with Senator Cardin and Senator Van Hollen. They were also talking about the federal shutdowns. I shared with them what we're doing here in Baltimore. I did put a call out to all of our consumer individuals or companies here in Baltimore. And at that particular call, I got a great deal of response from the banks, our local banks, and from our Baltimore Gas and Electric Company, who also have plans. So I'm asking all federal workers here in Baltimore to make sure that they are in touch with those entities that are willing to help them. And thank you to our congressmen, our senators, for being here in Baltimore. That was on Thursday, January the 17th. And also on Thursday, January 17th, I delivered brief remarks at the National Association of Security Professionals, a Diverse and Emerging Managers Forum. They are a group of individuals who are coming back here to Baltimore. I even stopped by their reception later that evening to welcome them for their conference that's coming right here to Baltimore. And then we had our VRI Walk, the Violence Reduction Initiative. We went back to 1133 Pennsylvania Avenue, the Harlem Mini Mart that we shut down a few weeks ago. It's back open. We walked up Pennsylvania Avenue in a different direction than we did previously to look at some of the things that were taking place in that neighborhood. A lot of investment opportunities there. They are also part of an opportunity zone, so hopefully those who are looking to invest in neighborhoods and communities will take a look at this particular area. We stopped by Bethel AME Church, and the pastor was there. He got a chance to meet many of the individuals who were walking with us on the Violence Reduction Initiative walk. And then on Friday, January the 18th, I spoke at the Human Trafficking Collaborative. This is a meeting that we helped to set up with Councilman Burnett. We've also provided some funding for them. This is a problem in our city, the state, and the nation. So I thank the board for all the work that they've been doing and encourage them to continue to do great work. I then met with the Baltimore Business Journal's editorial board to talk about some of the great things that are happening in Baltimore, including our Neighborhood Impact Investment Fund and our Opportunity Zones and our Affordable Housing Trust Fund. They also shared with me their concerns around violence in downtown Baltimore and crime in the city. And so I assured them that we were increasing our policing in the downtown area and especially in West Baltimore, where crime is at its highest. And we will be working with them to help reduce the problem. They, of course, spoke about some of the young people who are on the corners of our streets, and we're working and letting them know that it is against the law to step out in traffic. It is also against the law to touch anybody's vehicle without their permission. Once you do that, you've committed a crime. I also had an opportunity on Friday, January the 18th, to speak at Temple Ohib Shalom for Martin Luther King Jr.'s celebration. Thank you so much for inviting me, and thank you for allowing me to share with you. And then on Saturday, January the 19th, I spoke at the Baltimore's Women's March that occurred right here in front of City Hall. A lot of invigorating women, all charged up, ready to lead. Thank you all for being here, and thank you for supporting women equality and equity across the board. And then I hosted, along with Congressman Cummings and Dr. Bunley, who heads our Mayor's Office of African American Male Engagement. We started out with a roundtable discussion on what young people and what men in the city needed in order to remove themselves from violent activity. It was a great closed-door session where nearly 100 people attended and talked about some of the things that they wanted. For example, transportation dollars for training, jobs for young people and men over 50 and men coming out of the institution, and just also mentors and people who will help them through the process. A lot of great conversations. Thank you, Stokey, for being there, and Wise for being there. They were individuals who had gone through the criminal justice system but have turned their lives around, shared with those in the room why it was important for them to focus on how to improve their lives. Immediately following that, we held a resource fair at the same school in the lower level where hundreds of people attended and were able to, in fact, what was pointed out was that there were people right there ready to employ folks, and they did. And so a lot of resources were there. So we look forward to the continued work of the Mayor's Office of African American Male Engagement. I got a call from Congressman Cummings who said, I'm all in. Whatever I can do to be helpful, I will. So thank you for joining me. Until next time, Mayor Catherine Pugh.